Hey guys, and welcome to the Advanced Training Series. By now you have a good understanding of PowerPoint, and in these videos I won't spend so much time showing you how to do every part, but instead give you ideas to put your presentation a mile ahead of competitors. As with the previous videos, all files used in this project are already in your Project Files Download folder. With that said, let's begin. One of the most overlooked and attractive things in a presentation is to have a dynamic background. Here's one I've just created. Okay, so creating a moving background is really pretty much a snap, but a lot of people overlook this possibility and consequently they miss out. Now if I zoom out here, you can see that my background is fairly wide and long, and of course I need this so that it can pan over. However, I didn't start with an image this wide. I'm just going to jump into a new slide to show you how that was created. Okay, so in my new slide, I'll just insert that same base picture, the clouds at the sunset, and scale this up and to make it full screen. And I can actually scale this and stretch it a little bit here because the clouds don't have too much perspective and they look the same. Okay, now to make this longer, what I've done is just pressing Control D to duplicate. I've taken it and then actually scaled it. Or I should move it over first. There we go. I've actually scaled it completely in the opposite direction to flip it around. So then when I move it and put it next to my original, you can see that they join up and they create a seamless texture. Okay. Now what I've done is I've taken both of these images and I've just saved these out as a picture, and I'll just save this as sunset background. Okay, now that I have these two pictures, I'm going to delete these and then just reinsert my new large and widescreen photo. There we go. And what I'm just going to do now is scale it up so it matches. There we go. And the last thing I had to do to make this fit in with my scene was just apply that cutout effect. So under Format, Artistic Effects, and I'll use my cutout. And now you can see I have this really wide sunset, and it still has the cartoon texture applied to it, but now it's nice and wide. And then all I've done now is just used a simple motion path. You can see on my animation pane here. And one of the important things is you want to double click this and uncheck the smooth start and the smooth end, because you just want it to move in a linear fashion so it pans like so. Alright, great. The next thing I've done is just playing around with the remove background tool. I've created a sort of zoom effect for these logos, and they brighten up and then they fade out. Just watch the Superman logo and I'll play this again for you. Okay, so what I've got here is I've just taken my original image. I'll just delete this for now. Inserted the original Superman image, and instead of removing the background, this time I've just gone to the remove background and I've actually just decided to keep the logo only and then gotten rid of everything else. So I'll just cut that out and just zooming in here, just taking a bit of time to be careful and cut most of this back in. There we go, and I'll just keep those changes. And now that I just have this Superman logo, I'm going to crop it because the size is still the full size of the slide, and I still want to be able to select things behind it. So just using the crop tool, there we go. Bring the border constraints back down. Alright, great. And now I have a smaller image. Now what happens if I duplicate this several times? I did 5 in the example, and in each one of these logos I just changed the contrast by one little amount. So in the corrections, my first one will be bright, my second one will be the next level, and so on and so forth. And I sort of build these images up, each with a slightly increased level of brightness. So we start here and then we get up to this brightness here, and I've just layered these on top of each other. Like so. And then I've gone to animation and just applied a zoom to them all. And of course in the animation pane now we need to just offset these. I'm just going to use a 1/10 of a second delay, and unfortunately that is just a manual operation. Okay, and then when I preview that, you can see I have that effect there. Okay. And as you can see in this example, I've just had them fade out at the end, and I still have my Superman flying up and down. Great. Okay, so in this lesson we've looked at a moving background and really the power between this remove background tool to isolate various elements within our already imported pictures so we can animate those individually and bring more life to our animation. In the next lesson we'll look at some more examples of advanced animation.